Good morning. What's up? Hope everybody's doing well. Another morning. This morning, first off, we're going to work on the Jack of Clubs for the Count of Monte Cristo, which is going to be Jacopo. Which Jacopo is the kind of pirate friend that Edmond Dantes meets. Excuse me. Got a little worm in my throat. Jacopo is the kind of pirate friend that Edmond Dantes meets after escaping from the Chateau d'If prison, and becomes his kind of a side right hand man, I guess you could say. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and first grab my clubs thing that I've got here. Ah. Oh my gosh. Go to your home. There you go. The screen is dirty. I have Jacopo holding the treasure map. Oh, they do that. Kind of like this. So eventually, in the story, Edmond Dantes ends up buying Jacopo his own ship and crew. So he's kind of like a pirate captain in a way. Well, not a pirate captain, but he's a captain. I don't like this song. Got wine in it so much. Let's try to find another playlist here. See you, Matt. Thanks for coming by. Give Jacopo a scar, yeah. Looking good, looking good. Like him. Like him a lot. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take some quick photos of my hands for reference. I'll be right back. All right, I think it's gonna work. What is this? Sleepy music. Come on. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I had a meeting uh, yesterday with my sister-in-law. Her name's Christy, and she's one of the owners of a company called Nomadis Collection, and they are who I did the Army deck collaboration with a few years ago. They have the licenses from the different branches of the Army, the trademark licenses. And we had the meeting about the Marine deck, and everything looks good. I think we're just kind of waiting on the final kind of green light from the Marines to make sure that they're going to let us do that deck. So that's good. think it's interesting how you have someone like Elon Musk that's making all these moves and stuff. And everybody's like, all these stories that you read now on the news is everybody like dogging on him, like, oh, he's not very smart, and he's like, I read one yesterday. The article title was Elon Musk proves once again that he's just not that bright. I'm like, what are you talking about? This guy, you must be an idiot, because this guy is like, I don't know. It's just funny. It's when somebody's going against what the media wants them to do, they're just like, they just all of a sudden start dogging him when they used to love him. It's hilarious. I don't know. Yeah, I had the most interesting conversation yesterday with our Facebook rep, like our rep that we talk with when we're talking about like Facebook ads and stuff like that. It was so interesting and eye-opening. Like, I mean, since the new iOS update, like I would say in 2019, 2020, and 2021, like we saw a huge amount of growth, and a lot of that was due to Facebook and Facebook ads. I mean, we had gangbusters of growth and revenue from ads and stuff like that. And then unfortunately with the new iOS update, which I totally agree with the iOS update in terms of, I don't want a company tracking me and that kind of thing. But it's almost counterintuitive for me as a business owner, because that's what I need. That's what I need. That's the information that I need to be able to put my ads in front of the right people that are going to actually convert into a sale. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but, and with the new iOS update, our sales from like Facebook revenue have just plummeted, and it's not just an our company thing. Like, other e-commerce businesses are going through the same thing, where growth and revenue that they were getting from advertisements from Facebook are basically like non-existent, which is hard for us because of the, it just makes it harder for us because we don't have that revenue anymore, and we have to figure out how to like pivot and stuff like that. But the crazy thing is, I was talking to the Facebook rep yesterday, and we were like, hey, listen, what do we got to do? Like, what do we got to do to make this work for us again? Like, make it where our advertising dollars that we're spending on, ads and marketing and stuff like that with Facebook is profitable, because right now it's just not profitable. And it's like not even, like, it's pretty serious for us, just in the sense of, we need that money to, as a business. And if we can't have that through Facebook and through those ads, we have to figure it out someplace else, And so we're going through a really hard period where a lot of that revenue that we had last year it's just not there anymore because of that, the change in the iOS. And we were talking to him, and we were like, what do we got to do? What do we got to do make this profitable again, because it's just not, it's just not profitable for us anymore, and we can't keep spending money on it if we're not going to make any money. And he said, well, first of all, the iOS change, with the tracking and stuff like that, happened, last year with iOS, and he said that it's all going to start happening again with Android devices come August. So basically, all Android devices will start rolling out their same kind of like privacy things, where it inhibits Facebook from being able to track them, which, I totally agree with. I don't want Facebook tracking me, but at the same time, like, that's just kind of like I don't want to say a nail in the coffin, but it's awful for me and my business, because then I have to figure out some place else to make the money. But the interesting thing about it was, historically, the way that, Facebook's business is not, providing a website where you can put pictures on. Not even close. Facebook's business historically has been, putting advertisements, dealing with companies, whether big or small, dealing with companies and getting their advertisement money and putting their advertisements in front of people. That's what Facebook's business is. And I was like, what do we have to do to make this work? And he was like, well, what you have to do, the only way that Facebook is going to work is if you kind of like, with keeping the technical stuff to a minimum. He said the only way Facebook is going to work in the future is if you set it up to where, and we've already got this set up now, where like you can be on Instagram or Facebook and you can see an ad for King's Wild and you can click shop, shop now. And then you can go onto like the Instagram store or a Facebook store and check out and buy our products on that, like on Facebook's store. So that's not something it's not new to us. But he was like, the only way it's going to work in the future with Facebook is if you set it up to where instead of sending people to your own website through our Facebook ads, because when people are on your website, we can't track them and we can't get their data, and we can't get your stuff in front of the right people. But if you can get them to Facebook, then they can't hide from us because they're on our platform and we can track everything that they do in terms of their behavior and stuff. So the only way it's going to work in the future is if you set it up to where instead of sending people to your website with your ads or your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, you redirect them to your Facebook shop. And then that way they're buying their products that way we can track them, and then we can put the ads in front of the right people. And if you don't do that, if you don't make that change on your website to where all of the Facebook ads redirect people to Facebook instead of your website, then it's not going to work. And I was like, so what you're telling me is, in order for the future of Facebook to be profitable and to work for me as a business, I have got to set it up to where I'm taking people out of my ecosystem, which is like my website that I've worked hard to build and to cultivate a community around and make a good experience and make look nice. So what you're telling me is the only way it's going to work is that if I direct them to your website and not onto my website. He says, yeah, that's the only way it's going to work. And I was like, why? First of all, why do I want to do that? Because then I'm just sending people to your site and you're making money off of it. And then they're on your platform and they're never in my ecosystem. And he was like, well, that's the only way it's going to work in the future. And then came the catch. Then came the really greasy, kind of icky catch that was like, yep, Facebook is going down. He said, and he goes, and we're running a special right now. And I was like, what do you mean you're running a special right now? He said, we're running a special right now that until like June 30th or something. Until June 30th, all of the transactions on your Facebook shop, every purchase on, every transaction on your Facebook shop is free, and Facebook, and they said it like they were doing me a favor. Facebook is covering the cost of the transaction until June 30th. I was like, oh, okay. Well, what's the transaction going to cost me that you're making me send people to your website? What's the transaction going to cost me after June 1st? And he was like, he goes, well, it will be 5% of every transaction. And I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. You are telling me that basically our main form of revenue last year, which was Facebook and Instagram ads and the business that we got from that, our main source of revenue, in 2020 and 2021, you're telling me that the only way that's going to work and continue is if I, basically restructure how my kind of like funnel works of how people come to my website and buy things. And on top of that, with every transaction, you're going to charge me 5%. When Shopify, now I understand that Shopify has a transaction fee. That's nothing new. But Shopify charges me like 2.8, or and like PayPal, charges what, 3% or something like that. And I was like, and you're going to charge me 5% of my revenue just to direct people to your website and your platform. And he was like, yep, that's it. And I was like, man, I was straight up with the guy. I was like, listen, man, I know that you have no control over this, but I said, you need to find another job, because if this is the future of Facebook, then Facebook is going down, and going down hard, because there's going to be tons of businesses, small businesses like me, that before, really relied on Facebook, but that are going to not use it anymore and not spend any money with Facebook anymore, just because it's not profitable anymore. And I'm sorry, but Facebook is going down, and you can see, because they've been panicking, and also like their valuations of their company have just been plummeting, and you could tell because they're panicking and scrambling. And now that they're not making any money on ads anymore because of the iOS changes, and it's only going to get worse, they're scrambling to figure out how their business makes money again. And their solution is, okay, we're going to start charging. They're going to become like a Shopify instead of a advertiser. And I was just like, man, this is it's no good for us, because it really hurts us, because we were able to have a lot of growth and a lot of scaling past couple of years, and all that's going to be very, very thwarted now. But it was just weird, and it just reminded me just about how much those companies just run the place. And it was kind of disheartening for me, because it's like, well, what am I going to do as a business? Like, am I going to be able to keep? I seriously had these thoughts. Like, I'm going to be able to keep Kingswalls going, because all these changes with the iOS stuff have really hurt our business a lot, just from the amount of traffic that we get and sales. But at the same time, I totally agree with the the changes. Like, I don't want somebody tracking me. So it's kind of like it's a change for the better, and I think that people are waking up. I think that people are finally eventually. I think people are waking up to this kind of crap, and the result are these kind of changes that, while for me as a business owner are are awful. You know, they're awful, but just in terms of the world, I think it's a change for the better. But I hope I can stay in business. I don't know why I get on that soapbox, but whatever. I was talking to my wife yesterday. I was like, man, this kind of stuff makes me want. I was talking to my wife yesterday. I was like, man, this really makes me want to, like, have a business that's like a local, not really like a local mom and pop business where, it's all word of mouth, and it's all based on, your business and I don't know. It's just, I don't know what's going on. It's so weird and frustrating. But that's that. Hey, Jacopo, I like you. You look cool. Yeah, and Ivan from Cardify, he's been helping us with our kind of like Facebook and advertising stuff. And like, we were on the call with the guy, and as soon as we got off the call, we were like, it's like that quantum entanglement with we were thinking the exact same thing. We were like, well, looks like we need to focus on organic traffic. Yeah, I really think that the future, not that it's not the future, I think that it's right now as well. I think a lot of it's going to be that kind of like more kind of like engaged community engagement, social, like what you're talking about, like finding people, influencers to share and be the spokesman, that kind of thing. Anybody have any ideas for a flash sale today? We're going to do a flash sale today. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about what we're going to do yet. I was thinking maybe like a 3-deck set. 3-deck set for like $30 or something. I don't know. That seemed to go really well last couple of weeks ago. I could do some flat tucks, maybe like a 2-deck, 3-deck. Gotta sell some decks, for sure. I like his purple shirt. Do some flat tucks, maybe 2 decks, 3 decks, 3 tucks, 3-deck, 3 tuck. I'm not sure. Not sure what decks we were going to sell. Anybody got any? I'm open. We can't really do any 3-deck set. That's basic. That's really hard to like. That's really hard to track. And we don't really have a way to like let you choose. Mind signing stuff. Signing stuff's not that bad. As long as I don't have to do like 1,000. Pretty good. I like that. 3 literary set or 3 currency. It's not bad. It's a good idea. Trying to think of what we've got that we haven't had on the website. We'll have to sell the flat tucks with something. Flat tucks, the drawback with the flat tucks is we're not going to charge very much for them, but they, even though they don't weigh much, they're a little bit more expensive to ship just because of the bigger, we can't like fold them or that kind of thing, or we kind of have to put them in a bigger box. Yeah, we could do. We can't. We kind of have to stay away from doing the subscription decks in those discounted set, because that just makes all the people that are subscribers mad, because they're like, why am I subscribing if I can just get it at cheaper, or a much discounted price really soon after. We could do like a book box. We could do like a book box and a 3-deck set or something. Oh, yeah, lots of book boxes. Yeah, I think you're right. I think 30 to, I think 30 to 60, what our last one was, that 30 to 50 kind of area is a good spot, especially if we're getting 3 to 4 decks. It's pretty good. Bergen. We don't have that many wartime decks. We have a bunch of old Ironsides, but we don't have any tucks for them. So it's been on our docket to reprint just the tucks, because we have quite a few. We also have quite a few Labyrinth decks without tuck cases that we have. We haven't reprinted the tucks yet. We could do a signed. What about like a signed 3-deck set with 3 tuck cases, 3 random tuck cases, 3 random flat tuck cases, or 3 random signed? It'd be easier to do. Okay. Let's work on some Lord of the Rings. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom right quick. Give me 1 second. What is this? All right, so what we're going to try to design now is this numbered seal that's going to go on this deck. And this is going to be a Kickstarter exclusive deck that we're going to release as a stretch goal that we're going to release as a stretch goal at if we cross 300,000. And it'll be a Kickstarter exclusive, and it'll be numbered. And so we're going to design the seal for this deck. What I'm thinking is, let me see here. Let me open up an image that I did of this. So what I'm thinking is, the few ideas that I had. It's got to go on the back. The stipulations of this. It has to go on the back somewhere, or it has to go. So the stipulations are, it's got to go on the back somewhere. Okay, somewhere on the back. It could also go here on the kind of like front, like the reverse spine, the front of the book. The places that it can't go are the top and the bottom, because I have copy that I can't cover up. I have legal copy that I can't cover up on the bottom, and I have my company info on the top. And also it can't wrap around the front right here or anywhere on the front, because then it'll cover up the copy, the type on the front. What I'm thinking is either kind of I was thinking like a bookmark thing that came from the top like this, but the problem with that is that it's got to go over the top and wrap around the top. And so I think what I'm going to end up having to do is a kind of a bookmark thing similar to that, but a bookmark thing that comes from the side like this. I can't do it on the spine either, because I already have copy and stuff on the spine, because it still has to look like a book. So I'm thinking like a red bookmark like that starts like right here, as if it's in the book, and then comes out of the book and then around the back like that. And the problem with these areas here on the spine is they're very, very small. Very, very small. And when you get a really small seal that you've got to put on there by hand, it makes it really, really tough to make them centered and that kind of thing. So let's just sketch that out. I'm about to sneeze. And I don't want to cover up that ring either. I don't want. I mean, it's a good idea, but I don't want to add any. I don't want to have to add any new structural thing that we have to produce. No, they can't print the number directly on the tuck case because these are offset printed. I mean, I could ask. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. Let's see what she says. The only problem with that is if you always have to account for wastage. And you're always going to have wastage with tuck cases and stuff when you're building. And if you sequentially print the numbers on the tuck cases, you basically have zero room for error. Because if you screw up a tuck, then you screw up that number. And you either have to print duplicates of the tuck cases in the beginning, which doubles the amount of tuck cases you have to print, or you just have to trash the tuck case and not have that number. I mean, this might be similar to how we did the Robin Hood Sherwood edition, where what if it just looks like just a simple red ribbon? Better gold. No, I'm not necessarily feeling that the whole way. Now we could do something simple like we did with Romeo and Juliet, where we've got some kind of seal right here. One thing I don't like putting it on those pages because it kind of, we did that with Romeo and Juliet, and it kind of, for me, it kind of ruins the magic of it looking like a book. We could do something similar here. That's not too bad. I like that the best so far. Something like that. Because then I can work it into the design and it doesn't play against. It's too small. Like the back is too small. It's just really. Well. What if we could do it like this, where maybe we could span the back. I can't fit it in here. That's going to be too small. That's a huge pain. We've tried that, and it's super hard. We could do something where it's like this. I don't like that either. I don't like that as much. I like this one the most. I'm going to go with this one. 5% of every transaction. Like it could be gold, gold foil, a gold foil seal. I just want it to be super simple. Like, no, just a number. That's it. Just a number. Don't need to be fancy or anything. Yeah, Facebook might be okay, but it's going to be businesses like me that are not going to be okay. That's the problem. And if you have a bunch of businesses like me that are going out of business, then Facebook ain't going to make any money. Yeah, if you own Facebook stock, now is the time. Now is the time to dump it. if we go that simple, we could go even smaller, which I like the idea of. Let's see what that looks like on the tuck. Excuse me. Nope, not this one. Nope, they can't print the number on there. Let's see what that looks like. I like that. I don't mind that at all. Y'all gonna get a kick out of this. This is how I make these. This is how I make these images. I'll have Tim take pictures of actual tuck cases in the thing. Look at the tuck cases that he used for this. These money grab tucks. I love it. That way I can match them up. good. Let's put some depth of field on it. I think I like the other one I did better. Bird. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think that's about it. I don't mind staying around for a few more minutes. And if you guys got any questions about anything, I'd be more than happy to answer them. If you want to do a little Q&A or whatnot, I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have about anything, life, dating, whatever. I don't know. Anybody? 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 I'll wait for the feed to catch up. No, not. We won't be able to distribute coffee just yet. Uh, we would still have to get our kitchen up to code to do that, then get inspected and permitted. Which, that is, excuse me, doing that is nowhere near the top of our priority list. Do you know what the Lord of the Rings brick boxes will look like? I'm not going to have any Lord of the Rings brick boxes. What are you talking about, C-Dub? I don't have any Lord of the Rings brick boxes. They'll be white from the United States Playing Card Company. Oh, look, I'm so small when I slouch down. Do 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 do. Okay, that's why I see what you were saying. You were trying to get some. You were trying to finagle it. I know what you were doing. I see what you were doing. If if someone orders a brick box, what will it come in? It will come in a. You'll get 12 decks wrapped in bubble wrap. Well, it'll come in right now. We'll probably just. It'll come in the standard white brick box from the United States Playing Card Company. Yes, we are going to do more giveaways on the Kickstarter. However, we are going to do more giveaways. However, we're not really supposed to do giveaways. We kind of found out afterwards. We did that first one. We're really not supposed to do random drawings on Kickstarter. On the Kickstarter platform, they don't allow that. And I'm not going to do that again because I don't want my project getting turned off. But we will be doing giveaways, like 3 or 4 more giveaways throughout the project, the Kickstarter. But they will just be off Kickstarter. So like the Instagram giveaway was a good one. Like I think we're going to draw the winners for that today, but it won't be on Kickstarter. We'll have to direct you to either our website or our Instagram, but we can't do it on Kickstarter. Let's see. Jeremy asks, is the second deck happening with a new artwork or same courts, different back? What the deck that I was working on just now, that is going to be not a new deck. It is going to be a Kickstarter exclusive deck that we release as a stretch goal if we hit 300,000. It'll be the same court card art as the deck that is on there now. However, it will have a gold foiled back and that kind of like vortexy design that you saw. and it'll be a Kickstarter exclusive, and you'll only be able to get it on Kickstarter. Has the ping pong table been set up in the new warehouse? Yes, it has been, and it has been played on. So Marine's deck isn't going to be a sub deck. I don't remember what was said about it besides collab. It will be a sub deck. It will be November's. If we do the Marine deck, it will be November's subscription Vintage Reimagined deck, because I'm redoing one of my old Army Navy decks into the Marine deck. So if we do the Marine deck, if we end up getting the green light on the Marine deck, it will be November's Vintage Reimagined subscription deck. And you'll be able to buy, if you, like you were saying, you're a big Marine family, which is the same as mine, you'll be able to buy standard editions, extra standard editions. Good question. What else? I'm yawning. I am sticking with Winnie the Pooh for Christmas still. There's no reason for me. There has been no reason me as of yet to change that. I'm excited about getting finished with Count of Monte Cristo because I'll knock out the Steamboats Vintage Reimagined deck, and then I get to start on the British Pound Sterling deck, which I'm excited about doing. How's the Peter Pan Neverland edition coming? It's still in Never Neverland at this moment. Excuse me. Yeah, the Sterling deck is going to be fun. I'm interested to see how we're going to do that. In fact, I'm going to look at some British money right now while I'm talking to you guys. British currency. Those are cool. We do have plans to reprint the Chinese legal tender. Yeah, I think a holographic foil, man, that would be holographic Chinese legal tender, man, that would be sweet. I love Scottish money too. These are cool. Whatever these are. Those are older British pounds. I love that green and that kind of design in the background. There's Churchill. That's cool. Look at Churchill. That's awesome. He's definitely going to be on there. Yeah, I can't wait to do like this stuff in the background and these kind of like watermark type stuff and these like this holographic crown. That'll be cool. I wonder if I can find some high-res stuff of this. I wonder if they got any of this stuff on eBay. I know Katie offered to get me some British bank notes. That's Scotland. frantic music. No. I don't want to click. I don't want to click on you. Well, I wonder who that is. I wonder who that is. Katie? Do you know who that is? Who is this? Who's this lady right here? Who's that lady? What does it say? I bet it's Jane Austen. Is that Jane Austen? Looks like Jane Austen. Some better ones. Here she is. Is that Jane Austen? Yeah, Jane Austen. I told you it was Jane Austen. What a good guess. That'll be good. Look at like all this stuff in the background, like these little this stuff, and is that a feather? That's cool. I need to find out where I can get some of these notes so I can scan them. Look at that. That's cool. That's awesome. Look at all that stuff. Those trees. That kind of pattern in the background. That's cool. Oh, this is a cool article. Look at this. This is really cool. It's like all the back. It's got all the back, the background stuff on how they designed this one. That's cool. Oh, this is Romeo and Juliet. That's what this is. This is Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare. That's awesome. That's super cool. That's awesome. Let me save that. Save image as. Do I have me a Sterling folder? I don't think I do. Sterling. Nope. New folder. Who's this Joker? He must be somebody that invented Steam or something. is this? Go away. Oh my gosh. Turner self-portrait was painted circa. Okay. All right, these are cool. I need to save this. This must be the Bank of England website. Is that Charles Darwin? Yeah, that's Darwin. Let's see. Got plenty of images of Her Majesty. Got Jane Austen. Let's make the list. Maybe Katie could help us out with this. All right, so Queen of Spades is definitely going to be Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Let me share this. Change viewer, copy link. All right. All right, we got, let me see here, we have Shakes. Let's see what we got. We have Jane Austen. We have Darwin. We had Shakespeare. We got Churchill. Who else we got? We got this Turner guy. So I can go to the Bank of England's website. Bank of England. No, not the Bank of England. Chattanooga. I want the Bank of England. All right, let's see here. About banknotes. Current banknotes. Okay, here's what we want. Let's see. So the £5 has Churchill, so we got that. The 10 has Austin. The 20 has the Turner guy. The 50 has, who's this guy? He looks like a scientist of some sort. Alan something. Didn't C-dubs. Alan Turing? Alan Turing. What did he do? What is this? Symbol. Final. Let's see what he did. Alan Turing. Was an English mathematician, computer science, logistics. Here's high influence, theoretical computer science. Oh, so he's probably a computer guy. Turing machine. That's cool. So he's like an early computation machines. Considered the father of theoretical computer science. Oh, that's pretty awesome. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. Turing. Let's see who's. Oh, see, this is a double winner. We got two people. That's good. That's even better. We got Matthew Bolton. Matthew Bolton. I love it. I love it. And James Watt. I'm guessing they had something to do with steam engines or power. James Watt. Let's see. Matthew Bolton. I know James Watt. Matthew Bolton. I'm guessing he was like a steam engine guy. Matthew Bolton was a English manufacturer based upon Scottish engineer James Watt. In the final quarter of the 18th century, the partnership included hundreds of Bolton and Watt steam engines, which were a great advance in the state of. So this is during the Industrial Revolution. Possibly kind of effective techniques. So machines and mechanics. That's good. All right, so let's just throw these in there somewhere. We need to get like Queen Elizabeth's father. Old British currency. We need to get like we need to get them in here. What's that? What's this? Bank leap. That's pretty cool. I like that. Whatever that girl is right there. Can I find this? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that. That's cool. Let's save that. Save image. Could use that. That's a cool dragon slaying. I like that background. Look at those. That's a Tudor rose right there in the background. That's pretty cool. Is that another picture of Jane Austen? Got some other ladies here. Who that is. Not sure who that is. Probably says. Oh, look at how high res these are. These are great. I wonder who this is. Oh, Elizabeth. Not sure what that is. Let's see. Let me save this. Could use that. Thank you, Bank of England, for making this easy. Who's this? Sir Edward Elgar. That's cool. Look at that church. View of the west face of Worcester Cathedral. Got a little angel. All good stuff. Save image. That looks like, is that Handel? Who is this? No, Sir John Hoblan. Sir John Hoblan. That's Elizabeth Fry, young lady? Okay. I'm probably going to have to talk to you again, Katie, to make sure I get all these people right. Very nice. Very nice. The Bank Gatekeeper. That's cool. Save image. Getting all kinds of goodies. This guy's cool. Who is this? Featured Charles Dickens. Boom. That's awesome. Oh, good old Charles Dickens. These guys playing cricket. Look at these guys playing cricket. Look at that. Look at the colors. Look at the colors in that background. Hello, Your Majesty. How's it going? Let's save that. Oh, this is going to be a great deck. This is going to be a great deck. I've always liked this guy, whoever this guy is. Michael Faraday. He must be a scientist. Look at all that color back there. The Bank of England recently changed their laws. I'm gonna copy this right quick. They used to make it where you had to get permission. Let's see here. We should probably figure it out for sure. Let me see here. Using Bank of England currency images. They changed them recently where you can. It's pretty much like the United States where you just have to abide by their. You have to abide by their rules. We give you consent to reproduce our banknotes or a part of one if you comply with our reproduction conditions. Reproduction conditions. Reproductions must be one-sided only. Let's see. Digital reproductions. See, this is the kind of gray area right here where it's the two-sided, but usually because mine are always smaller. Because mine are smaller, I can kind of fudge by it. See, they're not going to be the same size, so they're going to be at least 25% smaller or 25% larger. Reproductions may not appear in an offensive or inappropriate context or in such manner that we, in our sole opinion, believe would undermine the integrity of a currency. It wouldn't do that. We're not going to deface it. There should be no distortion of the Queen's image apart from an enlargement, reduction, or slant. So we're not gonna make Her Majesty look bad. Reproductions must be printed on a material clearly different and distinguishable from the materials used from current series of Bank of England. So we're going to be printing on a different paper. It's not, the banknotes are on polymer. Reproduction showing more than 50% of the total surface area of the side must be overprinted with the specimen. We're not going to do this because we're going to be changing everything. It's not going to be just a facsimile. So we don't need to put specimen on it. Reproduction showing less than 50% of the total surface area on one side do not need to be slanted or overprinted. So basically, we do all of these things. We do all these things. This is the only kind of gray area right here. Let's see here. Now we could run into. Let me see if I can search playing cards. So it's not in there. Let me just see here in the inappropriate or novelty reproductions. We do not allow inappropriate or novelty reproductions because they could affect the integrity of the public image of our banknotes, cause offense, or infringe copyright. You must not produce or use images of our notes in a way that would be considered offensive, inappropriate, or that undermines the integrity. We're not going to do that. And on top of that, I'm going to be redrawing everything. So I won't even really be using their images. A lot of this has to do with, like, if you're just scanning and copying. We're not going to show the destruction. We're not going to have any sexually explicit. We're not going to distort the Queen's face. You must produce or use images or notes in a way that could be mistaken as genuine. We're not going to do that. So here goes the double-sided. It's not the actual size. It's not the actual size of banknotes, and it's not going to be the same paper. It always comes out of that double-sided thing is where it's kind of tricky. Do I need to request permission? Let's see. No, as long as you meet the conditions, do not need our approval. You do not need to. Let's see. Can I replace an image of the Queen or the character on the back of the note for someone else? No, this is considered a novelty banknote. It does not meet our conditions. the good thing about what we're doing is like we're basically creating all new art. We're not trying to recreate or reproduce actual bills. We're just taking the art from it. I guess I could have Katie call him and ask him about the double-sided, but the problem is it's kind of one of those things of like, if you call them and they say no, then you're stuck and you can't do it. Really, the only thing that's kind of a gray area is that double-sided thing. So it really seems like the only kind of thing all right, for physical reproduction conditions 1, 2, 3, and 4 must be met, and at least one of 5A and 5C. So basically, I think we're pretty good. I'll have to check into this, the double-sided thing. The thing about it is I'm not reproducing the art in the exact composition and format. I'm basically redrawing it and making my own version of it. Okay, I think I'm done for this morning. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll be going to the office today to shoot the Wednesday weekly update video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.